Maxing out Rover in Wuthering can be the ultimate and change the way you play. But there's a clear strategy to follow if you want to get the most out of her abilities. From optimizing her skills to picking the perfect team, every step matters to make Rover a true powerhouse. The best weapon for Rover is the Emerald of Genesis. This weapon significantly boosted Rover's critical hit rate and spectro damage. It also enhances attack power and critical damage, making it indispensable for Rover's arsenal. If you're looking to deal some serious damage, the Emerald of Genesis is your go-to. When it comes to echo sets, the Celestial Light set is a must-have. This set offers substantial boost to spectro damage, which is Rover's primary damage type. It also increases attack power, reduces cooldown times for key abilities, and enhances survivability through defensive buffs. The Celestial Light set synergizes well with Rover's skills, providing additional damage multipliers and improving the efficiency of their attacks. With this set, Rover can maintain high damage output while also benefiting from improved durability in battles. To fully unlock Rover's potential, prioritize upgrading Resonance skills and heavy attacks. Resonance skills are crucial, as they allow Rover to generate Umbra points quickly, which are essential for unleashing powerful abilities. These skills also provide significant buffs to Rover's damage, and can debuff enemies, making them more vulnerable to subsequent attacks. Heavy attacks, on the other hand, deal substantial damage and can break enemy defenses, making them a critical component of Rover's combat strategy. By focusing on these skills, you can ensure that Rover remains a formidable force on the battlefield. Building a strong team around Rover is essential for maximizing her effectiveness. So who should you team her up with? Yoo-Hoo is an excellent choice because they can debuff enemies and boost Rover's damage output. With Yoo-Hoo's skills, enemy defenses drop, making them more vulnerable to spectro attacks, which makes for a perfect partnership. To ascend Rover and unlock their full potential, gather Sonan's caskets and complete guidebook milestones. These materials are essential for leveling up Rover's abilities and enhancing their stats. Sonan's caskets can be obtained through various in-game activities, such as completing quests, participating in events, and defeating powerful enemies. Guidebook milestones provide additional rewards and materials that are crucial for Rover's ascension. Regularly participate in these activities to collect the necessary resources efficiently and ensure that Rover remains at the top of their game. Now, let's know about gameplay tips. Start battles by using Rover's Resonance skill to quickly accumulate Umbra points. This will allow you to unleash powerful abilities early in the fight and gain an advantage over your enemies. Follow up Resonance skills with Echo abilities to maximize damage output and maintain pressure on enemies. Echo abilities can provide additional damage and debuffs, making them a key part of Rover's combat strategy. Positioning and timing are also crucial. Pay attention to the positioning to avoid enemy attacks and capitalize on openings for heavy attacks. Proper positioning can help you avoid damage and set up powerful counterattacks, while timing your abilities correctly can maximize their effectiveness. Rover's basic attacks can be chained up to 4 times, but if you follow up with a basic attack right after the third basic attack or a heavy attack, they will cast heavy attack resonance instead. This is a bit confusing, but basically, if you wait for a short while after the third basic attack and then press the basic attack button again, it will trigger heavy attack resonance. This skill has a low cooldown and deals a decent amount of damage, but it heavily plays into how the fort works, which we'll get into later. Rover's ultimate Resonance Liberation, Echoing Orchestra, is a powerful ability that costs 125 energy, deals heavy damage, generates 20 Concerto energy, and even freezes time for 2 seconds, which can be crucial during time-sensitive challenges like holograms or the Tower of Adversity. Additionally, Rover can charge up to 100 fort energy, which can be used to enhance their Resonance skill. When this is cast, it unleashes a damaging attack on nearby enemies, You can follow this up with a basic attack to trigger resonating echoes, adding extra spectro damage. This combination of abilities and energy management makes Rover a strong contender for tough challenges, as it allows for both heavy bursts of damage and crowd control, giving players a strategic edge when needed. By using these skills together effectively, Rover can dominate in the most difficult situations, making them a versatile and powerful character. Rover's intro skill is nothing special. It deals damage. For the outro, Rover generates an area of stasis surrounding the next character for 3 seconds. Their inherent skill, Reticent RE, increases the damage dealt by the second part of the fort by 60%. Their secondary skill, Silent Listener, increases their attack by 15% upon casting a heavy attack, Resonance. Knowing their skills, let's get into their skill priority. Without spoiling too much, looking at the damage distribution, your skill priority is Ultimate into Fort, into Skill, and Basic Attacks. And lastly, their intro. For their Echo, going for crit damage on the Fort cost is the best choice, though crit rate is also okay, losing just a little bit of DPS, around 3%. Double Spectro is the best onslaught for both Rec cost Echo, but going for a mix of attack percentage and Spectro damage will only cost you around 0.6 DPS. Going double attack is a loss of around 3.9%, which means don't spread too much, but also keep in mind this is without any buffs. Using Emerald of Genesis and all substats being exactly the same, 2 buffs such as attack percent from, for example, Arena, will become a bigger gap. The 5-piece Rejuvenating Glow, which most supporters will run, will also grant another 30% attack to the entire team. Given that scenario, you could see the gap widening and double attack percent becoming more and more impactful, in the negative way. This is just an example. If you can go for the best in-slot build, do so. However, if you are not a sweaty gamer, using attack percent temporarily is also okay. Keep in mind having the 5-piece bonus from your set is way more important than elemental percent instead of attack percent. Speaking of sets, you would definitely want the Celestial Light set, as you will kind of have a permanent uptime on these 40% Spectra damage you gain from it. That's like the only set I actually would recommend. However, Rover can also be played as a supportive secondary DPS using the Moonlit Cloud set, which allows them to buff your main DPS with 22.5% attack. What do you think is the best strategy for maximizing Rover in Wu-Wah? If you enjoyed the tips, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Make sure to tap the bell icon so you get notifications. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks for watching and happy gaming!